Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! It is such a fun time to be a fan of Descendants and Zombies. Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's your favorite Descendants and Zombies blogger on his YouTube channel, Jonathan Clarke, broadcasting live once again to say thank you to everybody who showed up this past summer for the Worlds Collide Tour. Coming out of love and support for your favorite Descendants and Zombies stars on stage. You guys shared in a moment that will never ever be forgotten. Your life, your energy that you brought to this performance made it a 5-star production all the way through from beginning to end. And I never felt so honored to be in your guys' presence this summer talking about the Worlds Collide Tour. So I say we do it all over again. Every arena date this past summer was almost sold out. Everybody showed up by the thousands out of love and support for your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars, no matter if you were there to support Clarke and Freya Skye, Malachi Barton. All of you showed up out of love and support, and that's something that I can never give enough thank yous to, because I think that a lot of critics will just, show up on their YouTube channels, they will upload these videos about the Worlds Collide Tour, and they will give such a negative vibe off about the tour, saying how this let them down or that let them down, the merch quality didn't live up to their specific standards. But I really love those hoodies, and I really love those t-shirts. I just want to say this about the merch quality. I think that's just jumping to a conclusion. They sold thousands of hoodies, thousands of t-shirts, thousands of sweaters, and everybody who wore them at the Worlds Collide Tour out of support of your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars, absolutely fabulous. You guys showed up with your glitter signs, you showed up dancing and singing with your friends, you picked out your outfits hours before the performances, you went to the Worlds Collide Tour so excited, and you guys deserve to have the time of your lives. And I really do believe that thousands of people, despite all the criticism that the critics threw the way of the Worlds Collide Tour, had the time of their lives. And I'm so proud to be in your guys' presence talking about Descendants and Zombies here tonight once again. So I just want to let you guys know what's up on this YouTube channel. I've got a lot of stuff to talk about all throughout the month of October. We've got the birthdays of both Ruby Rose Turner and Freya Skye fastly approaching on October 16th through the 17th, and we will talk more about the Worlds Collide Tour all throughout the month of October. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, the conversation is far from over about the Worlds Collide Tour, because I really do believe that there are so many moments that you guys created this past summer that you just want to relive all over again. And I was so appreciative of all these videos that were uploaded on YouTube channels all across the world from people who attended the Worlds Collide Tour. And I'm not talking about the videos that I saw criticism in from all the people who reviewed the Worlds Collide Tour. I'm talking about the fan videos that were uploaded out of appreciation for people like Freya Skye and Clarke and because I'm going to let you guys in on a little something. I think that ever since people like Demi Lovato and Taylor Swift first burst on the scene in 2006 through 2008 with albums like Don't Forget and self-titled albums like Taylor Swift, they've been very overrated, and they've been very overshadowing stars like Clarke and Freya Skye for far long enough, because I really do believe that Freya Skye is the next Taylor Swift. I say this because of how much passion she puts behind every performance that she does night after night. She puts her heart in these performances. So if there's somebody to be put in the category of being the next Taylor Swift, it's definitely Freya Skye. And I want to let you guys know that I will forever and always support Freya Skye no matter what happens from here on out. I absolutely love her as the character Nova in Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires. I loved how she shouted out to everybody who saw Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires prior to attending the Worlds Collide Tour. God, this must have been such an exciting time for each and every one of you. I would have loved to have crowd surfed with all of you guys. You guys would have caught me right if I would have crowd surfed in the Worlds Collide Tour. Everything about it, from the special effects to the performances of Rewrite the Stars to Go My Own Way to Legends in the Making, everything about this tour was just absolutely incredible, and it really just blew my mind from beginning to end. From the first 5 seconds that counted you down to the introductions of your favorite stars, this was a moment in time, and this was really history that we were all a part of. I think from the very first moment the idea of Descendants was brought forth on a storyboard to the Disney development team, I thought they knew that it was going to be history. And it definitely was, because it definitely surpassed all the criticism that it received early on. And I remember within the first few hours of the premiere of the first Descendants movie over 10 years ago, many moons ago, there were reviews uploaded on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb.com that said nothing but fabulous things in the way of reviews. And for those of you who attended the Worlds Collide Tour and actually took a first-hand perspective of the Worlds Collide Tour and came away so appreciative of the Worlds Collide Tour and posted all your reviews and gave your honest opinions of the tour and gave it a 5-star rating, I want to say thank you so much, because you outshined every critic on YouTube, every critic online who posted their honest opinions about the Worlds Collide Tour, because I'm going to give you my honest opinion right here, right now. It was a beautiful production. Hands down, I never felt so honored to talk about the Worlds Collide Tour in as many videos as I did this summer for you. And I look forward to continuing to talk about the Worlds Collide Tour all throughout the month of October, all throughout the holiday season, because I think this was really history that we were all a part of. And I think that we're going to be a part of so much more history because of the Worlds Collide Tour as they head overseas in the lateral part of 2026, which is something that's really going to intrigue me. It's going to leave me at a loss for words because I think the overseas crowds are very appreciative of being lost in the moment. And the energy that you see from an overseas crowd in Germany, Australia, and different parts of the UK, second to none. The chants are different. The energy's at an all-time high. And I think this is the exposure that Clarke and Freya Sky have been wanting for a very long time. Think about the promotion that their EPs are going to get as Clarke and Freya Sky. And the music from Zombie Swore, Down in the Vampires, and the entire Zombies franchise, and the entire Descendants franchise, including the Rise of Red, is going to receive in the way of reviews. Think about the attention that they're going to garner. And I look forward to seeing the videos that will be uploaded on YouTube, just as I did from this past summer. 43 arena dates down, and such great reviews coming in from you guys. The thing that I noticed was just how appreciative the fans were to be a part of the Worlds Collide Tour. While I can't say the same thing about the critics who attended the Worlds Collide Tour and reviewed it in such a critical fashion, you guys showed up with so much love and support for your favorite stars. Some of you made gifts for your favorite stars. Some of you had the opportunity to meet them and present them with the gifts. Some of you guys had an opportunity to ask them questions at the Q&As. I think for every venue there was a Q&A, which was really cool. Although the questions had to be submitted about an hour before the Q&A happened, they had an hour of Q&A. I think that's what made everybody so upset, was that they tried to do it in such a professional manner because they couldn't have an opportunity. I guess it came from people who didn't have the opportunity to ask specific stars certain questions. And there were even appearances by Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim, which I thought was really cool too. They made guest appearances and showed up on stage and shouted out to everybody. And even if they couldn't attend the Worlds Collide Tour, of course, it was very hard for them to attend all 43 arena dates because they weren't on the bill. They sent a video message, which was really cool too. So they didn't really let down fans of Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim, who have been forever supportive of this franchise, because Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim will forever and always have a special place in their heart for the Descendants franchise. You know, I would have loved to have seen the original cast, the more that I think about it, get to a point where they would have been able to be on stage for a Worlds Collide Tour such as this. Given the popularity of the original Descendants trilogy, I think there was so much more of a story yet to be told, and there was still so much more exposure for the franchise to be given, and it could have been showed in a Worlds Collide Tour. I guess that they left that responsibility up to people like Clarke and Malia Baker, and of course all the stars of the Descendants cast and Zombies cast, because of just the overflowing of talent. Because to be honest with you guys, I saw far more talent and far more dedication from the new cast of Descendants than I ever got from Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson. There was just something about that vibe. There were times that, yes, they felt so appreciative to be in the moment when you're talking about Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson, but there were more times that they were just there because the opportunity presented. They weren't there to take it on stage tours. They weren't there to go on worldwide tours. But I think the cast of the original Rise of Red were there from the beginning to the end. And they were forever supportive of bringing this tour to life in a way that they wanted it to, they wanted this moment to last for forever for each and every one of you. And I think likewise, all of you wanted it to last forever too, which made this tour so spectacular, so extraordinary, and so different from every other Descendants or every other Descendants and Zombies project that I've seen in the past, and every other on-stage production that I've had the honor to talk about over the years on my show, because I've been a part of seemingly every on-stage production for Disney, from High School Musical to The Lion King to Aladdin, which are beautiful on-stage productions in their own right. But I think that if you're talking about on-stage productions for this new generation, hands down, Descendants and Zombies was one of the best. It outshines High School Musical. It outshined Hannah Montana, Jonas Brothers, Best of Both Worlds. And I still think we have a long way to go with this story, because this story is far from over. Obviously, what they're waiting on are the new songs from the Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland soundtrack to fit the bill for the upcoming leg 2 of the tour, because they're not just going to want to sing original songs from the original Descendants movies and Descendants: The Rise of Red all the time. They're going to want to change it up, and people, I think, by leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour are going to be looking forward to new songs being performed. So this is the perfect time for them to do it. Wait for Descendants 5 soundtrack to drop. Wait for more information on Zombies 5 to possibly be leaked online. And then Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour is going to be so special. But with or without the new songs, I think that the new cast, like Liamani Segura playing Pink, she could make an appearance on the Leg 2 of the tour. And I think this would give her a new character a lot of exposure, and exposure she needs. Because she's really going to need this, because a lot of people really don't know a whole lot about Liamani Segura, myself included. And be it that I'm excited to meet her this summer, I think an even better way and a far more effective way for us all to be introduced to this character is to have her be a part of Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour. In addition to that, perhaps the daughter of Captain Hook, played by this new girl coming. It's going to be so much fun. It's really going to be so much fun, Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour. So if you have a hope and a dream of Leg 2 for the Worlds Collide Tour ever happening, I think you should hold on to that dream for just a little bit longer, because in all honesty, I think Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour is going to be just as fabulous. You know, the thing is, I think way too many people have chosen to criticize the Worlds Collide Tour. And I've kind of just wanted to take that away from everybody and wanted to shut down all the criticism. And I wanted to present a really nice vibe for the future of this tour. Because I think that people like Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky have forever had promise associated with their name. And when I say promise, I mean a lot of prosperable hopes for the future for both the franchise and their careers as singers and performers. Because I think Descendants and Zombies is going to present them with more opportunities than ever before. And I'm really intrigued by that. I'm intrigued by all the new cast members coming into Descendants, all these new characters, all the new storylines that could be created. And I just wanted to give everybody hope about the Worlds Collide Tour, because I know, and all of you know, who are diehard fans of Descendants and Zombies, that your favorite Descendants and Zombies stars have seen their fair share of criticism in the light of all the success that the Worlds Collide Tour from Leg 1 has seen. 43 arena dates down, all these great reviews, apart from the criticism that's been uploaded on YouTube in the way of reaction videos and opinions. I've seen so many videos with opinions on the Worlds Collide Tour that I really didn't appreciate, because people just, shut down all the hopes and dreams of everybody when it came to the tour. I think that for people who were waiting on their chance to attend a tour date they had purchased tickets for, I think all these reviews took away a significant amount of their hopes and their dreams. And I've never wanted to do that for anybody. All I've ever wanted to do is be a part of something special, and I wanted to be lost in this moment with each and every one of you for what feels like forever. So Descendants and Zombies Worlds Collide gave me an awesome opportunity to interact with all of you, to discuss the Worlds Collide Tour in a way that it's been meant to be talked about for a very long time. And the summer of 2025 will be a summer that I wish could have lasted for forever, and a summer that I know that I will never ever forget, because I had the honor of spending it with each and every one of you. And it gives me a great honor to look forward to the foreseeable future, talking about Descendants and Zombies for you for a very long time. Because I think never enough good things can be said about a tour that had such great reviews because of fans. Because you guys were the ones that made this tour special. It had nothing to do with the critics, and it had everything to do with the performers, the people who brought the tour to life, which pretty much were all of you guys. Because you showed up with so much heart, so much emotion, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for that. Because while people chose to criticize the Worlds Collide Tour, you chose to give it hope. You chose to bring it to life in a way that nobody else had ever brought it to life before, or any on-stage production that Disney had ever attempted to put off, including The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, so many wonderful stage productions of the past, including the Hannah Montana Jonas Brothers Best of Both Worlds Tour from 2008. I think that this tour was really a tour that will never be forgotten and forever and always be remembered. And to everybody who made sacrifices to make sure that your loved ones attended the Worlds Collide Tour and were a part of something special, you guys deserve all the credit in the world for really bringing this tour to life in a way that it was brought to life for them, and they will never ever forget it. Because I've seen some of the most beautiful friendships over the years happen because of Descendants and Zombies. And I think I look forward more so to seeing more beautiful friendships happen because of Descendants and Zombies. I think that if more people uploaded positive reviews of Descendants and Zombies Worlds Collide, I think it would give us hope for the foreseeable future for Leg 2 of this tour happening. I know Disney was waiting on the success of the original tour to see what kind of ratings and reviews it would put up. And I think now they should feel more confident than ever before they should go through with Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour, because this is going to give your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars a chance to really shine and be lost in a moment that they are never ever going to forget, because you haven't seen or experienced a tour until you head overseas. I've seen many sports organizations, many concert organizations head overseas and perform in front of these crowds, and the energy in these crowds is at an all-time high. and it is truly unforgettable. And this is exactly what people like Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell have needed for forever. They have deserved this for forever, and they've been waiting on this moment. Especially when I see pictures of Freya Sky with the Mickey Mouse hat on and the Mickey Mouse t-shirt, which is really cool because, in all honesty, I have a lot of Mickey Mouse t-shirts that I've worn over the years, and I've become somewhat of a collector of because I collect a lot of Mickey merch, as you see there in the back. I love that about Freya Sky, how she has this, everyday kind of personality, and she can relate to each and every one of you in such a fabulous way. She was one of the reasons why this tour was such a profound success, and why I will forever believe that Freya Sky was one of the many reasons why this tour exploded in popularity the way that it did, and why this tour got over. She was forever and always a part of the PR. She was always forever and a part of the PR also of Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. If ever there was a moment to be in front of the camera, Freya Sky took full advantage of it, and she was so appreciative to be lost in the moment with each and every one of you, which I can never give her enough thank yous for. Because while the cast of the past kind of just let this moment, pass by them, and they forgot about it, I think this cast of The Rise of Red and Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires have held on to this moment for forever and always, and they've made the most of every single opportunity they were ever presented with. Because who wouldn't want to take full advantage of an opportunity to create beautiful moments for Descendants of Zombies? I know I would, because forever and always I wanted to be a producer, a writer, or a director for Descendants of Zombies because of how much I could offer to the product. Because it's one thing to sit down on your YouTube channels every night and criticize Descendants of Zombies for what it's worth, or showcase it for its true value, and the inspiration that it's been to so many wonderful people. Because some of the most beautiful friendships of all time have happened because of Descendants of Zombies. And I would go as far to say some of the most beautiful relationships of all time between a boyfriend and a girlfriend have happened now because of Descendants of Zombies. Because who out there wouldn't want to date a zombie boyfriend or a vampire girlfriend now? I think this is kind of the trend. I for one would have loved to have seen Zombies and Descendants happen around the same time Twilight and the Vampire Diaries were at the heights of their popularity, because I think that Descendants of Zombies would have been able to stand its own and would have presented a convincing argument to being one of the most revered franchises of all time of that generation that was captained by vampires and werewolves. Now in an era where vampires and werewolves pretty much isn't a fad anymore, I think that Descendants of Zombies is still doing a fabulous job. Because years ago, vampires and werewolves, that was a fad that everybody just kind of grew out of. But it didn't mean that everybody wasn't crazy about it, because I do remember how crazy people were about Twilight and the Vampire Diaries, and especially True Blood years ago, because I was a huge fan of vampire TV shows. So I would have loved to have seen Descendants of Zombies present a convincing argument to being number one and battling against Twilight and the Vampire Diaries. Obviously, Twilight would have been years ahead, but the thing is, I think that even with them being light years ahead, I think that Descendants of Zombies would have done exceptionally well in an era that was represented by vampires and werewolves. But now, they are doing probably an even better job than ever expected, because this era is pretty much represented by sci-fi. So I think it pretty much fit perfectly with what Disney was trying to promote. And that was the thing about Descendants of Zombies. This era is represented by sci-fi characters, and now this fits perfectly with what Disney is trying to promote for the foreseeable future. I really do believe that these franchises have a chance of lasting for forever. I will forever and always say that about Descendants and Zombies. It's how these franchises really do have a chance of lasting for forever. While many franchises can never get past a trilogy or 4 seasons, I think this franchise really does have a chance of lasting forever and always in all of our hearts, which is why I look forward to the foreseeable future and creating thousands of videos on Descendants of Zombies, because that's my plan, to upload thousands of videos on Descendants of Zombies, so you guys can expect way more conversations to happen revolving around the Worlds Collide Tour and everything that's happened for it, because I've seen a tremendous amount of success happen for the Worlds Collide Tour because of credited performances by Kylie Cantrell, Malia Baker, Ruby Rose Turner. It's amazing how these people have really brought this franchise to life in a way that I don't think the original cast would have ever been able to do it. Freya Sky and Malachi Burton's duet of Rewrite the Stars was beautiful, and I think it was a duet that will never ever be forgotten. I will never ever forget that moment where Freya Sky broke down during her performance of Gold's Gone, and she was lost in the moment, thanking each and every one of you for being so appreciative of each and every one of you being in attendance because of her at the Worlds Collide Tour. And that's what she realized. Oh my God, this is happening, and it's happening because of me. All these people in this venue are here because of me. I also appreciated when Malachi Burton came out on stage and he put his arm around Freya Sky, telling everybody and reminding them of how much talent existed inside this girl's heart and how she was going to be something special. I supported him, I believed in him, and I really do believe that he's someone that I can never say enough fond things about which is of extreme rarity of me because of how I felt about guys of Disney's past, like the Jonas Brothers and Ross Lynch, who were so unappreciative of every opportunity they were given. But I think that people like Malachi Burton and, of course, Milo Manheim as Zed in the Zombies franchise really have been so appreciative of every single moment they've ever been a part of. And that's what makes this so cool to be a Disney fan of this generation. It's just being lost in the moment because of all your favorite Descendants and Zombies stars. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you have continuously shown Descendants and Zombies over the last 10 years. You know, it's really hard to believe that it's been 10 years since Descendants and Zombies premiered. You know, over a decade ago, Demi Lovato and Taylor Swift were breaking out into the music scene with their debut albums, Don't Forget, in 2008, and Taylor Swift in 2006 with her debut album, Taylor Swift, which was released by Big Machine Records so many times over the years. I think that Freya Sky is well on her way to becoming one of the greatest superstars of all time. So too is Kylie Cantrell. If there ever was an argument to be presented about who's the next Taylor Swift or who's the next Hannah Montana, I think Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell will be up on the top of the list as top suggestions and primary suggestions for being the next Taylor Swifts and Hannah Montana. And I just want to go on record for saying this. And it has everything to do with your outpouring of love and support that you've shown this tour over the last 3 months. It's been an incredible 3 months, an incredible summer that I will never ever forget, and I have a whole lot more to say where Descendants and Zombies Worlds Collide goes. And I just hope that you guys are going to come along for the ride and continue on this incredible journey with me as we make our way down the road to the premiere of Descendants 5 with Wonderland, which I know feels like forever away, and eventually Zombies 5, which is not predicted to happen until 2028. Now, these are just rumors. Disney has not officially announced the release date of Zombies 5, and as it inches closer and production begins and development of Zombies 5 happens, I will have photos, I will have videos uploaded on this YouTube channel, so you're going to want to subscribe to this YouTube channel as I keep you in what I like to refer to as the informative loop. Because if you're going to talk about Descendants of Zombies, well, you should talk about it. You just shouldn't provide us with criticism on Descendants of Zombies because you don't know anything about Descendants of Zombies, and that's pretty much where the criticism is derived from, because people really don't know the first thing about Descendants and Zombies or how to talk about it. I've always wanted to talk about Descendants and Zombies for its true value and showcase the franchises for their true worth and their true meaning, how they represented friendship, how they represented one finding true love, how they represented hope and second chances for everybody, either by talking about the Worlds Collide Tour, the movies of the franchises, and how special the moments were to each and every single person who was a part of something special having to do with Descendants and Zombies. That's why I can never say thank you enough for all the love and support you have continuously shown this YouTube channel, because I honestly don't know where I would be without the outpouring of love and support that I have constantly received for this YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to do that, because I have a lot to say where Descendants and Zombies goes. I will have another video uploaded for you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, which I hope you will join me for. But until then, I want to say thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown this channel. And I hope you keep watching these videos, because I have a lot to say all throughout the month of October. We have the birthdays of Ruby Rose Turner and Freya Sky coming up, and I have a whole lot to say where that goes. But thank you guys so much for the outpouring of love and support you have shown this YouTube channel. As I've said many times over the years, I don't know where I'd be without you guys. Probably just talking about or streaming something that didn't make a whole lot of sense to whatever niche I was providing commentary on. But Descendants and Zombies have been forever and always supportive of me, and I can never seem to say thank you guys enough for all the love and support that you've shown this YouTube channel, because the reality I'm faced with is I could be uploading videos on whatever niche I was providing commentary on and not getting no likes or no subscribers. But somebody always subscribes to this YouTube channel because they too believe in Freya Sky and her talent. They too believe in Kylie Cantrell and her talent, and how much success they've already seen and how much success they have yet to see, because they too want to be a part of it, and they see themselves through the eyes of Kylie Cantrell and these beautiful performances that they give. This is truly the greatest honor of my life, to be able to create commentaries on Descendants of Zombies for each and every one of you. And I just want to keep doing it for the foreseeable future. So if you guys would do me the honor of being your voice of Descendants of Zombies for just a little while longer, I promise you I won't let you down, and I will provide you with the best commentaries possible about Descendants and Zombies, because you guys have deserved far better in the way of reviews and analogies about Descendants and Zombies for a very long time, and I've just always wanted to be that guy to give it to you. I think that a lot of people just don't understand the appreciation and the value that goes behind creating a Descendants and Zombies video for YouTube And I just wanted to be that guy to give that to you after I made a promise to you over a year and a half ago that I was going to be that guy to upload as many videos of Descendants and Zombies as I possibly could. And I like to believe one way or another I've fallen through on that promise. So thank you guys so much. The Worlds Collide Tour made it a summer that we will never ever forget, and a summer that I know will forever and always hold a special place in my heart. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you've shown this YouTube channel. We will talk again tomorrow morning between 8:35 and 9:05 a.m. Until then, I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke, your voice of Descendants and Zombies. So proud to be your voice of Descendants and Zombies, saying thank you so much. Be kind to one another, because kindness really does go a long way in this world.